NERDSoul.
Lay ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing in Street Geek and Nerd Soul. Animated crew, thumbnails, we having some fun. I'm throwing it to the Kunoichi first. Ninja, say what's up. You know what I'm saying? Bless us with your presence.
Good morning, good evening, good night. It's Ninja Summer Cosplay. Glad to be here as usual. Nice to see slash hear you all.
All right. And we also have the dynamic duo from the South. So I'm going to throw it to Coop of Blurtish first. Mr. Cooper, what's up?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm glad to hear from you all on this NBA All-Star Weekend, Black History Month. New anime things coming out. February is almost come and gone, but enjoy while it's here.
You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Dame Dollar, you know what I'm saying, out there, doing things.
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh, it's like that. It's like you know what?
I ain't never liked Dame anyway.
Oh Lord.
I don't even know what controversy
Oh
you
man,
talking
that's
about.
my dude. What?
He got on my
Dollar
nerves.
just got a little
That's my
trippy.
guy,
He got a
man.
little
What
something
he
to go on
did
the
to
show.
you?
He's just annoying. That's all.
How is he?
Do I need a reason? No, I don't. Now
How
go
is he
on.
annoying? Anyway,
He ain't a Laker guard. That's why he annoying.
Okay.
so
I
Mr.
thought you were talking about. Skip my bad. I thought you meant Dame Dash. I'm sorry.
No, Damian
No,
Oh, I thought you
Lillard.
said my
Damian
bad.
Lillard.
I was thinking of Damon Dash. No, Damon. Oh, shout out to Damon Lillard. My bad, bro.
Yeah.
I like Damon Dash. Like Damon.
Speaking of
No,
Damon
I
Dash,
can't stand
did
him
Damon
either.
Dash ever
Okay,
get that
okay,
money back
cool.
from? Did Damon Dash ever get that money back from Tyler Perry? I had to look. I had to look that up. See if he ever got that
My
bread
bad.
back.
I apologize to the Lillard
That's
folk.
funny.
To Damian Lillard. I'm so sorry, sir. You are not
See,
Damian Dash.
Dame, we got your back over here. You know what I'm saying?
You
You
are
over
the
there
man.
shooting shots. You got it. All right?
Congrats to him and congrats to Mac McClung showing that white
Shout
man
out to
can
Mac
jump.
McClung
Showing that white
doing
man
that
can
to
jump.
us on Black
Golly.
History Month.
We had
Black
to do it.
excellence.
Oh boy. All right. Shouts out to Mark Dove. Say what's up, man.
It's marked up. I'm trying a new one out. Marked up. Half man, part amazing.
Mm.
Spicy like Creole, not Cajun. How y'all doing?
Oh.
Okay, I'll say
I see
this. You gotta whip that one out at the hip hop show. And if we ever do any local fairs,
For sure.
you whip that
For
one out.
sure. For sure. I'm with it.
Yo, man, look, you got, you know what I'm saying? You gotta break them joints out. Look, and you definitely gotta break it out when I come down to Baton Rouge. I can't wait. I'm gonna be excited. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta
Come
get
on.
Mark some Zydeco boots and a cowboy hat with that one.
Oh
Uh-oh.
Lord.
Hey,
Anyway.
I cut something now. I cut something.
Anyway, let's go in and get into you know what? I'm gonna throw it to Ninja real quick because Ninja, she's been catching up on Vox Machina. But Ninja has dropped some ideas for topics for us to talk about, you know what I'm saying, in the past. So, Ninja, is there anything on the top of your mind right now about anime that you like, you know what, I want to spend some game on that? Is there anything on your mind or you want us to go forward with the regular show?
I mean, I feel like there was quite a few nuggets that I dropped a long time.
Because you dropped one about music. You dropped one about
Yeah. The best, the top openings and endings out there. That's one. Also maybe even everyone's favorite protagonist, because I'm not a big protagonist person, but I'm sure I can pull out
you know what?
something.
Let's roll with that. I'm gonna throw. You know what? I'm gonna throw it to Coop first because I know who his favorite protagonist is. All right, Coop, go on and tell us how much you like Goku.
Oh man, you play. You know what? Got them jokes today, man.
That is a good one, Mike.
That is a
I
good one.
certainly did not
You know
expect that.
Hand clap for that one.
Go and let us know how much you love that Goku.
Hey, that was a gut shot, Mike. He ain't like that.
Whew, was not ready, but current. Oh man, it's hard. I guess there's many ways to break it down. Overall, just like right now, in my top of my dome is Tanjiro. He's a good kid. The family aspect of it, as somebody who has, lost half of his family, maybe that hits more as an adult. Maybe I probably wouldn't feel it the same in my 20s, but looking as a parent or as a older person and see Tanjiro go through this immeasurable pain, like, you know, I didn't lose my, you know, family like that, you know, due natural causes and some, you know, tragedy, but it's just, I think he has an indomitable spirit. I feel like I didn't read the manga, but I'm just gonna assume like he's headed for a crash course with sacrificing himself. And he even went through like the show, like in season 3, to show the temptation that he went through to avoid becoming a demon, where the demon was like, hey, come be like me, take care of your sister. I actually love my sister. I'm a terrible person, but I do love my sister. That's something we have in common. And to see, you know, if depending on however if you're religious or not, but you can see some of the religious aspects what Tanjiro's going through, and kind of with my background or whatever, you know, and I just kind of, it's a simple story, but it's an important story. And every every great story don't have to be so convoluted. This man is just fighting to do what's good and to overcome evil and to not be a part of that evil. I have to go with Tanjiro off the top of my head, but I probably got some other ones that might pop up in my mind.
All right, that's what's up, Tanjiro. You know what? I see where you're coming from, because the man is, well, the young boy is becoming a man. So and what he's got to struggle against, I give you his props, man. He out there crying them big tears too. So you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, he just wants to help his sister. He's so selfless. He's a country boy who would have been happy making charcoal. Think about that. And the devil literally took that away from him. God damn.
Just none in these streets.
Anyway, I'll pass the mic.
All right, word. I'm gonna throw it to Mark Dub, because Mark Dub, you know what I'm saying, your eyes have been opened, you know what I'm saying, to many new anime.
That was so beautiful and timely. Like Coop spoke so eloquently. I also like Tanjiro. It's really the thing. That man lost so much. Another element that Coop didn't mention, I'm glad he didn't mention it, so he gave me something to mention about it. Every time that man dispatched a devil, with everything he's lost, with everything he's endured, he still tries to find a way for that, to send that devil to hell with peace.
Not with peace though.
Right. Look, I'm gonna send you to hell, but peacefully.
Like, and I also, just
like
to say,
he really tried to, like, man, he's playing counselor while he dispatches you. Like,
I don't even know if
you
they
had such a terrible thing go on in your life. Let me send you to eternity beautifully. Like,
I don't even know if they go to hell. I don't know if it's different, but I think if someone like the first one, if they seem like they get to choose, maybe in the way they see it, like, I am sorry for what I've done, and then they see themselves, I wonder if they still go into the equivalent of what they believe is hell, or if they have been forgiven. I don't know. I guess it's all in the eye of the beholder. Because like the first one, he dispatched on a mountain, got to see himself as a boy again. I don't know. It's not clear for me. It's not clear for me.
They don't like fully break that down.
Whereas we know who went to hell, and that was the last couple, the two. They went to hell together. But they said, well, I'm going with you. And she's like, I'm gonna stick with you. Now, however they decide what that is, I think they hell is always painted a little bit different what we consider in the, Christianity or something. I don't know. Maybe it's slightly different.
I will say if we're going based on Christianity, nope, they ain't saved. They going straight to hell.
They ain't saved.
Definitely the last.
Tanjiro sent them.
Yeah,
that was beautiful. Now get your hands in that fire. Woo!
The last two had to go.
Get down in the lake of fire.
Damn. Sunday morning, y'all. Hi.
That's all about. But all right, so Mark Dub, are you gonna roll with Tanjiro too, or you got somebody else in mind?
I do. I like Tanjiro. I'm a Deku fan. Deku's my dude, man. And I mean, and Denji. I think maybe Denji, because man, that man loved boobs and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yo,
I don't know if there's a character
he like
I've
boobs
come
way too
across
much,
in
so-
popular literature that I've related more to in life than Dingy.
Wow. I'm not gonna disagree with you, man. I'm gonna
He's
support
a
my
simple
fellow.
man.
He's a simple man. Got simple
And-
pleasures. He just want good jam and
Good
and
other
eye
stuff.
candy and eye candy.
Yeah.
Just
Coop, that is the most politically correct way to
I
say
am-
it. I appreciate you saying it that way.
I
was
am
not.
being. This is a Blurtish and NERDSoul production.
Yeah,
You know, we have to flip it
I
up a
have
little
to be
bit.
respectful of my ninja, man.
And if this was just Blurtish, well, this conversation goes different.
It'd be a little bit different.
Oh,
all right,
don't mind me.
Oh, we
let me
will.
throw it-
We know. We go.
Oh,
We go
I
keep
do,
it on a high
though.
level. We do.
I do.
Now let me throw it over to Ninja. Like who's on your mind?
So, if I'm gonna try to keep it in the newer age here,
Old school if you
If
need
I
to.
was
You
to-
can ask someone who might be old.
yeah, no, they might be, but then it's like a whole different can because I think people are a little. It's gonna be rude to say short-sighted, but you know,
Oh, the
everyone's
recency
kinda
bias.
saying in the recent, yeah, everyone's kind of leaning into the recent. But if I was gonna say a recent protagonist, because I'm not a huge protagonist fan, and I could like the show and I could like what they stand for, but they not necessarily like someone
do
that
it
I
for you.
just
They'll do it
just
for you.
vibe with like that. Even though I
Mm.
understand respect what they're going
Mm.
through, and can appreciate their sensitivities or however they act. It's just like not for me. However, one that comes to mind from a fairly recent show would be Senku from Dr. Stone. I really like that show because it's shonen, but it's like with like rebuilding civilization. So his personality is arrogant, but like confident, but he still is like, it's just because he just knows, but he's not like a jerk about it or anything. He just like, I just know what this is because I have the context. Like, so it's like, if today we're building a ramen cart, I know exactly what we need. Or if we're building a telescope, I know exactly what we need, and this is why we're going to be fine. So I really appreciate it. Is not the typical whining or overly optimistic. Like his optimism is always rooted in realism because he's just like, you guys just don't know. You don't got it.
He's a realist.
Yeah. So I would go with him. Because that show's been out, in the grand scheme of things, pretty recently. If I was to say overall, my overall favorite protagonist, and not being like in the same vein of show, like the same shonen vein, I would probably say mine would be Lelouch for similar reasons. I like a protagonist that's just like confident, but not like bullheaded about it. Like there's still a thought process. So I typically lean towards main characters like that, and it's almost like they're a little shifty or conniving with it because they are playing kind of chess mentally. But it's just like they don't seem green. I don't like. There's something about these protagonists out here just feeling wet behind the ears, which I get it. It's supposed to be a character growth, but I feel like even as they do get better, they still kind of stay naive. Like Tanjiro, like I think he's a great character. He's gonna always be naive for some reason. Something you can always appeal to something in Tanjiro's senses. Is gonna appeal to his humanity, his
You're gonna
sensitivities.
be like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't kill you. This dude's
Yeah,
killed like
stuff like that.
500
Same with
people.
Deku and stuff like that too. And then it becomes a trope that they're crying and they're more sensitive, whatever. And I'm like, I like the characters. They're just not just like, oh, that's my character. Like I'm usually gonna pick someone else in that franchise that I like more. Typically,
Fair enough.
no shade.
I get you because this times where I'd be like, yo, Tanjiro, look, I get it, but he gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Even we're gonna talk about that when we talk about My Hero in a second. But let me see. When I got it's tough. I have two, and these two people are kind of similar, sort of how they're depicted. It's hard for me to choose one over the other. One was kind of like one of my first, and one is someone who's old but recent for me. So the first I'm gonna throw out, of course, D.
Lord.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right. D.
Vampire Hunter D.
Yes. D is like
Yeah,
it's
good one.
you know, it's kind of like that Western thing where he rides into town, he fixes the problem, and he leaves. He doesn't really say much.
He don't say nothing.
Emotion.
He don't say
Emotion,
nothing.
I mean, he does. He, says sentences from here and there. You know what I'm saying? But he looks incredible. The sword is crazy. Like his powers, the hand, the symbiote hand or whatever. I love D. The way he's just like,
he's so cold.
He even does try to give people a little sympathy sometimes. He'd be like, but not in the Tanjiro way, more in the like, I'm gonna go in and kill you quick so you don't have to feel pain.
You don't even see his eyes. I don't know how he see in that hat, but he do.
Yeah, he be seeing real good. But from the horse, the way he rides, the cloak, like he's just cool. Like the dude is just cool. And then his battles and stuff that he goes through, even though we only have 2 movies, they're awesome. And even though he's supposed to be, I believe, the son, or at least they allude to him being the son of Dracula, like you see him struggle. It's not he's not just like just walking through villain. He does struggle. So I like that. I like that a lot. I love him as a character. The only person who I actually might love more, and this is new for me, and I have to get the manga to like read, because there's sort of a lot of like media for it as far as TV and anime or whatever. But Guts, when you talk about struggling, boy, Guts from Berserk, he come from the gutter. All right, dude. Like I've only read about like how he was like born or whatever, but the kid has been either abused mentally, physically, or in other ways that people shouldn't abuse since he was like literally born. And then homie had no help. He got his little like karate skills up on his own. Like dude really was like just out there trying to get it. All right. Then he became a cool fighter, and his whole life is just getting beat down, but he don't give up. And now Berserk it's very adult. Especially when they throw you a curveball, because there is a curveball in one of the movies where you're like, oh, whoa, what? But but anime will do that to you, because you'll be like, oh man, it's cool, dark fantasy. Oh man, it's crazy. And then you're like, whoa, hold up, what are we doing? And it's like, this scene is still going on. Guys, I think you got your point across. But he deals with betrayal. He deals with long-term villains. He's dealing with all sorts of magic. So those two guys, and Guts, well, I'd say Guts speaks more than D, but neither of them really talk a lot, I guess. But they are true when it's about the struggle. These 2 dudes be struggling. All right, they be about the struggle. So I mean, even though I will say I got love for Naruto, I got love for Goku, I got love for Ichigo or something, but yo man, like D and Guts, those 2 dudes, they buy that life for real.
Fact.
They out in the streets.
Can I throw out just 2 more names real quickly?
I
give a shout to 2 lady characters, and even though Gamma isn't here, I can only predict that she would give love to Luffy. So you got it. Luffy is a big one, so I'll just put her down for Luffy. Yeah. She can correct me later, but I know she's a straw hat.
Pretty sure put her down in the Luffy column.
Put her in the Luffy column. I'm going to give a little bit of older choice and a young choice. A quick one that I'll say an anime that kind of, I can say, got me back in the anime, but when I was taking a break, but when I discovered Soul Eater, I guess you could say it's like Malcolm Auburn and Soul, but I like those 2. And because it was only a 50, it didn't go forever. It was like the first anime I thought that was dope. They didn't have to be one of these forever Bleach and Naruto things. I was like, oh, that's cool. 50 episodes. Thank you. Done. Wrapped up. Even with the, I know they had another series where they guest starred, but I always thought the kind of Soul Eater thing was cool. The backgrounds, they kind of start changing more. It was like another changing of the guard where they start putting the lo-fi hip hop aesthetic in the background for as the music. So it's kind of like, oh, this is a little bit different. This is starting to be a little bit more different with the Samurai Champloo type of thing, but a little bit younger, like a little bit more fresh. But I also want to give a shout out to the Major because I did love Ghost in the Shell Second
Yeah,
Complex.
I was
Major was about that.
that was gonna be
Major
my
was about
other
that.
that was gonna be my other like honorable mention because
Yeah.
Motoko, you know what I'm saying? She be coming through. She like and she's willing to sacrifice. The thing I like about Major is that she's not gonna be like, all right, y'all go out there, do the work. I'm a kick it. You know
Oh
what I'm
no,
saying?
she jumping
Well, I
off the
mean,
building first.
yeah, she's willing to be like, all right, look, I'm a lead, you know what I'm saying? Lead by example.
Major
I
be
mean,
busting.
even Aramaki kind of gets in a little bit, but yeah, the Major, she's dope. And now, okay, so here's the thing that I like about. All right, so Major is a great leader for. All right, well, she do kind of keep secrets, but all right, so we're gonna let that go. Don't worry about that. All right, so she be keeping secrets, but don't worry about that for this example. All right, like she leads by example, and she lets her team do what they're good at. She doesn't micromanage. That's the thing that I love about her. She doesn't micromanage you because, I mean, of course, in our daily lives, I'm pretty sure we know about micromanagers. So I'm glad she doesn't do that. So she doesn't micromanage and she leads by example. Like she's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Go do this. I got it. No problem.
mean,
You go over there, you do that. And I don't like, are you still doing it? Are you gonna do it? I'm over your shoulder.
If
No,
you
she
get
just lets you do your
micromanaged
thing.
and gets, you're probably going to die. Like you gotta handle your own. So like they be having to deal with some stuff, man. They got time to be, they got time to do is back up or solve the problem or die.
Yeah, so and then of course Ghost in the Shell is one of my favorite anime and period in general. The newer one on Netflix, it's not for me, but everything else in my opinion has been stellar. From second gig to the first and second movies to even to the OVAs that they did semi recently. It's not super new, but when it was kind of like going back with Arise. So I got love for the Major. Major is dope.
I want to see the Major back in a major way. But
Yeah.
I want to see her in a theater. I want to see the second gig or first complex version of her get. I wish they would continue that universe if they can and do movies or something.
Well, see,
and
I
just-
was under the impression that all of this was connected. It was just different time periods. Like this was like 1995, and this was like 1998 or 1992 or something like that. But but I could be wrong because I don't follow everything. Like I just watch it and just assume that this is just another case they were on.
I just would like to see if they can't do a show. I know movies ain't necessarily cheap, but just continue the cases in movies. I would just give it to me,
Yeah.
like something like that, or somebody would pick it up, But you know how that go right now.
Yeah, well,
It's a little bit hard with animation if they don't go full 3D or to make it matter. But I would like to see a more mature version come back.
yeah, definitely. Especially how they did stuff like Innocence and stuff like that. Like so, Major, much love to her. You know what I'm saying? She dope. She do her thing.
Trigun shows they can bring that back if they got to go full 3, and to be mature as well.